Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and let's get started. For DIY number 1, I'm going to begin with one of these galvanized metal mason jars from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take my screwdriver and remove the screws and remove this off its base because we're going to make something really cute with this. Halloween spooky, but yet cute. Okay, so now I'm going to take my finger sander, remove any excess wood, and go in with this apple barrel, paint in the color jet blue, paint it up in this manner. I'm going to take some of this craft fabric from the Dollar Tree. I thought this fabric was super cute. It's got the orange and the black buffalo check, and I'm going to take a little piece, try to just quickly measure in this manner, make a little notch, and tear off the fabric. It's my preferred way of cutting fabric, with just some tears. I really like the fringe. I think I'm really into it nowadays. So here's a little notch, and rip this off. Now I'll make 2 because I'm going to make this double-sided. So here's another little notch, tear that up, and now I can begin. I'm going to take some of my Mod Podge in the matte, and I'm going to do a nice generous coat. And the reason why I painted it first is that way it could be a nice base to my fabric. That way my fabric is not looking too sheer. Sometimes these fabrics are a little bit thin, a little bit see-through. And I'm going to add some more Mod Podge on top, spread that on, take this and allow this to dry completely, and I do the other side as well. So here it is, both sides done. Now I'm going to snip off the excess with some scissors, and I'm going to leave the little fringe up top. I think that is kind of cute. So now I'm going to take some more fabric. This is also from the Dollar Tree, and I used this fabric for another DIY. And so I'm just going to kind of figure out how much I'm going to need. I just want to make like a little square for like a little label kind of look. I'm going to take this fabric, cut little notches, and tear off these pieces of fabric like this. So now I'm going to take my fingers and remove some of the threads to make the edges a little more frayed. The sides, there's one side that needed more, a little bit more fringe. So now I'm going to take some more Mod Podge and do the same steps in this manner. Allow this to dry. Here it is, nice and dry. And now I'm going to take this little decal that I made with my Cricut. Now if you don't have a Cricut, you can do stickers, you can do rub-on transfers, you can do anything you want. You can even write on it, or you can even have the kiddos draw on it. Yeah, you can draw on that. But I'm just going to use my Cricut and cut out these decals because I was using my Cricut anyway. So I went ahead and cut this out real quick, and it just says Ghost Treats, and it's just a cute design that I found in the Cricut design space. So I'm just going to use this, and I'm just going to remove the transfer tape, and just look how cute, the little ghost. So now I'm going to add one more layer of the Mod Podge because I want this sealed up, and allow that to dry completely. Now I'm going to take some of the Waverly chalk paint and the color ink to do a little dry brushing. I just want to do a little dab of dry brushing on the top of this mason jar. That way it gives it that worn look, like this. And now I'm going to take some of the Distressing ink by Tim Holtz in my little applicator and apply that to the fringe of this yellow orange colored fabric, just to make it look a little dirty, a little Halloweenish, if that's even a word, but it is now. Okay, like this. And now I'm going to place this back on the base, and I'm just going to use my little screws that came with it and put it back together. And now I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing. I'm going to take some of this black jute twine that I got from Dollar Tree some time ago, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the end, make a makeshift needle. And I'm taking some of these beads that I had in my stash. I believe I got them from Amazon some time ago, and I do have them linked in my Amazon storefront if you're interested. And I'm just going to take some tweezers and pull the jute twine through, and take enough jute twine that I need, and I'm going to put another bead through, and again using my tweezers. It works great. And now I'm going to make some knots to lock them in. I believe I did 3, and then snip off the excess, and then I go to the other side of my jute twine and do the same thing. And I'm going to take this jute twine and just wrap it around the top of this faux mason jar, and then tie it into a knot and allow these beads to just kind of dangle down. And I think that makes it look super cute because it kind of matches the fabric. And I just kind of pull the whole thing to one side like this. Look how cute. Now I'm going to take this little faux candy. I don't even know where I got it, but it was in my stash. And I'm going to add it to the jar because it's supposed to be treats. And then for final embellishment, I'm just going to add some of this creepy cloth that I had pieces of. And that is it. This is how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. I want to take a moment and mention a sweet subscriber friend, Diane, who lives local to me, and we met up together, and she gifted me all these wonderful supplies. And a lot of these supplies I'll use in today's video and in many future videos as well. Thank you, Diane. For DIY number 2, I'm going to use one of these pumpkin decor plaques. They're made out of MDF, but more like a chipboard. I'm going to pop off the embellishments, including this burlap that came off pretty easily, except for this little part here. So for here, I just took my needle nose pliers and kind of wrapped it around on one end and just kept turning it and turning it and turning it until the whole thing just pulled right off, just like that. And then I removed the base as well. That came off pretty easily. Removed all the glitter. There was a lot of glitter. And I'm just using my finger sander to remove this. And look at all that glitter. I call it devil dust. Okay, so remove that. Now I'm just going to clean it up real quick with my mini vacuum. Did a great job. My little ladybug. She's so cute. So once I get that done and clear off my craft table, I'm going to go in with this paint in the color Sterling Silver by Faux. Did both sides. Now I cut out this pumpkin design out of Cricut Design Space, and I wanted to do like a faux mirror, but that silver wasn't as silver as I wanted it to be. So I went to plan B, and I'm going to take a piece of foil. This came from the Dollar Tree. They're foil sheets, and I'm going to crumble it up to make like a crumble up effect, and then pull it open slowly and carefully, not to tear it. Wrap the whole pumpkin around all the way to the back, and then look, this will make it look like a faux mirror, I think. So I'm just going to contour it to this shape like this, press down. I fix the back a little bit later, and I actually glue it together. I'll show you in a little bit. Now my original idea was to repurpose one of these spring mix lids that I like to use. If you follow me, you know I use these for quite a few projects, but I was fortunate enough that this vinyl came with a clear plastic, so I think I'm just going to use it like this, save myself a step. So I'm just going to finish trimming off this plastic to the shape of this pumpkin until I get it just perfect. And now I'm going to go in with some of the Fabri-Tac fabric glue because it's clear and it's a good glue. I know I can trust it, not like the Dollar Tree stuff. Do not get the clear Dollar Tree craft glue. Believe me, don't. This works best. This is good stuff. So I'm just going to outline it on the dark edges. That way you don't see it, which you don't see it anyway. I've used it for other projects and you don't see it. It dries pretty invisible. And I'm going to place it on my pumpkin and then place something heavy on top and allow it to set for a while. Now here it is, nice and set. And look at that. See, I just showed you the back. I had glued it together. Now I'm going to take the base that this came with, add some hot glue, do pretty generous amount because I really can't place this back in that groove. I'm just going to do the best I can and press it down until it sets, which it does set. And I'm just going to embellish with a little bit of creepy cloth. And that is it for this one. It's just a little pumpkin looking glass haunted mirror. Here's how it looks and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 3, I'm going to take some more of these pumpkin plaques that was in that stash, and I'm going to prep everything as I did in DIY number 2. And I'm going to go in with these two paints, the jet black and the snow white. Paint them like this. I'll use these a little bit later to place them back on their stands. Now I'm going to take some of the Waverly chocolate in the color ink. I'm going to do a little bit of dry brushing. And take my chunky chippy brush from the Dollar Tree and dab it on my paper towel and just start doing a little bit of accenting, a little bit distressing, try to make it look like it has that pumpkin look and add the ribs to it. That way it has that shape, that illusion. And I do this to all three in the same manner. Now I use my Cricut to make some spooky faces, but these are so easy to actually just cut out of vinyl. You just take some black vinyl, maybe some from the Dollar Tree, and literally just cut some rounds or ovals, and you can make your own little faces. Super easy. In fact, with these here, I'm not even going to use any transfer tape. I'm just simply going to peel because they're big enough. I'm just going to peel and stick. As you can see here, I didn't weed it very well because those little pupils weren't cut out. I had not weeded them out. But look, just like that. And then just real quick, then you have three little spooky looking pumpkins, little ghost pumpkins. And now using some of the Dollar Tree super glue wood glue, I'm going to add some to my little base pieces and add my pumpkins, my ghost pumpkins onto them and allow them to dry completely. This glue will set really well because it's a really good glue. You guys know I love it. And I'm just going to push them down and get them all done. This last one doesn't have a little groove, so I'm just going to add a little bit of the wood glue and then a couple little dabs of the hot glue for the immediate hold. And just like that, it sets pretty quickly. And now I can embellish. And for embellishments, I'm just going to do a little bow for the mommy. She's the one with a couple eyelashes. She looks like she's a little upset. I'm going to place that on top. And then for the rest, I'm just going to add some of the creepy cloth because it's the look I like. And then that is it for this one. This is how they look and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 4, I'm going to take this little block calendar that I got from the Dollar Tree. This is the only main item that didn't come from the stash that Diane gifted me so sweet and kindly. And I'm just going to remove the contents that are inside. We will be using them later on. And I'm just going to go in with the color Pumpkin from Waverly, paint this completely. And I'm going to take another decal that I cut out in the Cricut design space. They had such cute designs, I just couldn't resist. So I'm just going to remove the backing on this and just simply place it on the house shape. And it just says Home Sweet Haunted Home. How perfect. It's so cute. It has all these little embellishments, these little bats and little stars and things. Really cute. So now I'm just going to remove all the transfer tape. Comes up pretty easily. Now I'm going to take some more of this dressing ink by Tim Holtz and doing some distressing. Give it a little bit of dimension and accents. Make it look a little creepy and spooky. And off camera, I took my black Artex marker and I went over the calendar words and numbers, place all the contents back inside, and I'm going to use some creepy cloth to help embellish this. But first I put some on top. I didn't really like it, but I did for a minute, and then I added some more creepy cloth to the center. I think I like that better, so I'm just going to fix that. And then I felt like I needed a little bow, but I didn't really want to use the same ribbon I've been using. So I just used one of these little raffia bows that came off of another project, another item from Dollar Tree, and I just went over it with the distressing ink to dirty it up a little bit, and place a little dab of glue and place it on top of the house. And then I just took some of these beads. These are actually wood beads from Amazon. There were ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns, and I just added some hot glue and placed one on each side, one of the ghosts on each side for embellishment, and the little jack-o'-lantern in the center as well. And that is it. I think I figured this was good. And I ended up just changing the bow. This is how it looks in a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 5, I'm taking this wood plaque that did come from the stash, and I'm going to go in with some of this folk art paint in pure orange color. I felt like this orange was pretty close to this pack of window clings that I got from Dollar General, because I want to use this one here, this one window cling. And this is a fun project for the kiddos. All you need is a piece of wood, paint it, and then get some window clings like this one here. This little ghost was a little bit too big. It was sticking out of the plaque, so I went ahead and snipped it off, but we're not throwing it away. We're just going to trim off some of the excess plastic that's on here. And then I'm just going to take some Mod Podge. This one's in the matte. And I'm going to use a new brush. Finally needed a new brush. So I happen to find one. And I'm just simply going to adhere this with some of the Mod Podge. I'm first going to straighten it out to where I want it. And then I'm going to fold it in half upwards. Add some Mod Podge. Spread it nice and even. Now on this project, don't go too generous. I went a little generous here. Try to do a light coat for window clings. You don't really need too much like you do for fabric. And then kind of spread it down and add some more to the top. And then fold it back on the other side. This helps to keep everything nice and centered. And do the same thing. Add the Mod Podge. Spread it nice and evenly. Then coat. And then place them on the top. Get it nice and sealed. And then with the ghost, I decided to put that on top, but allow it to come out a little bit. So right here, I'm about to show you. I'm going to press it down and then Mod Podge that on there, or decoupage it on there. And get everything nice and even. Allow that to dry completely. Now once it dried, I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Distressing Ink to again give it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of distressing. Got to make it look a little dirty, a little eerie, a little spooky. And that is it for this one. This is how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. If you're on Instagram, I invite you to come follow me on there. Here's my QR code. I post on there Monday through Fridays. Here's my QR code for TikTok, Monday through Fridays as well. And the same with Facebook. Here's my QR code for there. And I post on there Monday through Fridays. Same as Pinterest. Here's that QR code. I also post on Threads Monday through Fridays. This is just my link. And I post on Hometalk twice a month. Here's my QR code for there. I do have a crafting group on Facebook. I invite you to come join us there. And now we're at the final reveal. Let me know what you think and which one's your favorite one. I took a moment and expressed my gratitude for you guys stopping by and watching my video for today. I really appreciate it. I know your time is valuable, and you taking time out of your busy day really means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. And I also want to thank my sweet friend Diane for meeting up with me and gifting me all these wonderful items. They will not be wasted. I promise you they'll be put to great use in many videos. So thank you, Diane. You're so sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. There's plenty more coming. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe. And until my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great day. Bye-bye.